Garcia. Here he is.
His power was strong. I was really surprised about his chin. You know, in the first round, I was catching him clean, and he was just like, he looked like he was eating them. He's gonna eat some shots. So I was like, the first, second round, I'm like, I think he's gonna go by third, but then by third, he kept putting more pressure. So I was like, I gotta try to stop his momentum somehow. But yeah, he was a tough fighter. I knew he was gonna be tough. Everybody was saying, like, why would he take this fight? So, you know, now I got to get my credit where it's due. You know, I fought in there. I had a fight, you know, with some grit, and then find a knockout. So I think I did good. And I was like, okay, because I was trying to stay there and just kind of smother him to try to, you know, stop his attack and kind of soften him up a little bit, because he was like overly aggressive. I was like, let me just try to take some steam off his shot. But then I'm like, oh, well, he keeps throwing, so I'm going to start moving again. And then I just started locking in with my trainer. And, yeah, he was right. It opened up a shot, and he fell into a hook. Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, I want to become a champion. So that's my goal. I want Rollies, to be honest. I mean, I feel like it's a fun fight. He's a, you know, aggressive, crazy dude. Lead up would be crazy. Yeah, and I mean, like I said, you know, in boxing, you're gonna fight power punchers, you know, guys that move a lot. Like my last fight, you know, Tank was moving a lot. You gotta be able to just like know what to do with these guys. So like, in my mind, I was like, okay, this dude does pack a punch. You know, he's a lot slower than me, but every time he hits you, like it feels like a rock. So I was like, okay, we'll figure it out, because I'm not worried about it. You know, I'll take a good shot. You know, I took a big uppercut. Cut me a little bit for the first time, but you know, like I said, if I want to be a champion, I got to go through moments. You know, I got to go through a little bit of adversity. You know, my whole career I didn't really have ever any real adversity, except I guess Tank fight. But for me, like, because I've been dedicated to this camp, this felt like a fight to me. You know, it felt like, okay, like I'm figuring out myself as a fighter, and it felt good to be in the ring, and I'm excited to keep improving. I'm not gonna lie, this was scarier than fighting Tank. I'm not gonna lie, he had a hard punch. Like, his punch was hard. Like, every time I got hit back, I don't ever complain. That dude hit me so hard in the back of the head, because it don't look hard, but it is hard. So I was actually more worried in this fight than I was in Tank. With Tank, it was just like, all right, it's a boxing match, like he's moving around, whatever, boom, boom. But this fight, I was actually like, oh shit, like, damn. I knocked my ass out. Like, he has the power to knock you out. So I had to be very cautious.
You were using a bit more of a shoulder roll. Is that something you got from Derek?
Derek told me never to do that. He's like, don't do that shit. You ain't Mayweather. And I was like, he'll never admit that, but he did say that.
And where did it come from then?
I was just doing it. Like, I was just like, all right, like, let me see if this works. It kind of did. Like, he really couldn't hit me for 2 or 3 rounds. Then he started figuring it out, and I'm like, forget this. I'm gonna go back to being me.
Ryan, when can we see you back in action?
I mean, I want to get back, you know, March, right? Whatever, as soon as, like, for me, inactivity, like, really cursed me. You know, I've been boxing for, since I was 17 in pros, and I don't know how many, you know, breaks, like a year and a half, a 2 year and a half.
Too long.
Like, you're not gonna become a better boxer that way.
So how do we get that done to get back, you know, Ryan back in March? Is that possible?
We'll work on it.
It's very
We'll
possible.
Get it done.
Absolutely, it'll get done. He wants to fight. He wants to become world champion. He wants to stay busy. It's gonna get done.